Hello YouTube. I'm out today on my new motorcycle. Yes, I chose one. I got a BMW R1250GS. Got the HP version, if you can't tell from the color of the tank. It's not my first ride, but picked it up this weekend. Today's Monday, the 24th of June. So I got to ride it a couple of times this weekend, and this is my first weekday ride on it. I'll stop and do a walk around at some point. I'm going to show you a couple of the extras that I put on it. I didn't put a lot. It doesn't have a lot more over base, but just a few items, mostly comfort items. But I gotta tell you, I'm really enjoying riding it. It's extremely comfortable. Comfortable in a different way than my R1200 RT. Comfortable in the sense that it's just really easy to ride, and the weight is just totally disappears. Even pushing it around on the driveway, it seems so much lighter than the RT, and it's only a little bit lighter. I'll when I do the walk around, I'll give you the difference on the weights. But I think because the center of gravity is so low, without all the fairing and everything, it pushes weight up a little higher on the RT, and maybe that's why. But it feels just really easy to push around, really light, really manageable. Pushing it around and certainly riding it, I mean, it's just extremely nimble, extremely easy to ride. It feels almost weightless under you. Of course, it's got the new 1250 with the shift cam technology, and it's a bigger engine than the 1200 on the RT, and the shift cam gives it more horsepower than the RT, but it's not that much. But it feels a whole lot quicker, more responsive, and that probably has as much to do with the weight difference between the two bikes, between the RT and the GS, as it does with the increase in horsepower. But it definitely is quicker. Now, the RT is a very comfortable bike. I mean, and when you twist the throttle, it will give you all you want. So I'm certainly not complaining about the RT, but this is noticeably lighter on its feet, noticeably quicker, and a whole lot more nimble. Just really fun to ride. And the RT is the luxury cruiser, and it's really nice to just sit in that easy chair and ride down the road. All the wind, weather protection, and a really soft, comfortable seat. And this one isn't that, but it is very comfortable, much easier to ride. So now I have two BMW 2R bikes in my garage. Some people would say, why do you have two bikes? And some would say, why do you have two BMWs, and more specifically 2R bikes? But these two bikes are so made for different purposes that it's two very different bikes. They do very different things. So, I mean, choosing between them isn't, for me, it's not really a matter of choosing between them. It's a matter of choosing what you want your bike to do that would make you choose one over the other. Now, I like to do long distance touring with my wife, riding pillion. And while this is a very capable tourer, I have no doubt of that. It's very comfortable, but with the riding pillion, it doesn't even compare to the RT. So that's what that bike for me is for. This one is for me to do this kind of riding. Just me alone out on the bike, playing around, doing little rides, I'll tell you one advantage of this over the RT in terms of riding in hot weather is I get more air on my arms and up towards my shoulders. My gloves and my jacket are more able to vent. Behind that RT, behind that big fairing and that big windshield, when it's hot outside, you don't get a lot of air behind that. It's great when it's cooler, and it's really great when it's raining. But when it's really hot, I definitely get more wind around the edges and more flowing in to my jacket through the arms. I think if I have to or want to go out on the bike in a 95 or higher, as long as I'm not taking my wife on the back, there's no question I'll take this one. I mean, I feel completely protected back here. The wind comes off this windshield and just hits the top of my helmet, so I can get air in through the vents, but it ends about here, which means my shoulders and my arms are still getting some airflow running into my jacket, and that makes a huge difference. And this suspension, it's got the automatic suspension. I don't know if it's just in the premium package or if it's available in all of them, but it's got the auto link suspension that detects how much weight is on and adjusts it, and you can set it in different settings, but got it in the middle on auto, and I gotta tell you, it just soaks up what little bumps are on this road, and it just glides over them. It's a really nice ride. It's not, not real bouncy and flouncy like if you had it set up for off-road and we're on the highway. It just soaks up the bumps. Does a really, really nice job. Man, this is comfortable. I could just sit on this all day long. I said I would, on the walk around, show you the things that I've added, but I'll say one of the things I'll tell you that I did add is Sergeant seats. Get rid of the stock and I put on Sergeant. Now, even though these are brand new and they're a little stiff, you can, a little bit hard, they will break in softer, but even now, brand new, it is a comfortable seat, and it works really well on this bike. If you've seen some of my other videos, you know that I put Russell Daylongs on the RT, but these are meant for different kind of riding, and a Russell Daylong seat with that big bucket that comes around and gets under your thighs, well, that's great on a long distance tour. That's not what this bike is for. You need to be able to get your legs down and move and slide around in the seat, and the Sergeant still gives you a little bucket to sit in and cups you and keeps you comfortable, but not so much that you don't have all the mobility you want. Able to get your legs down without any kind of encumbrance, without anything in the way. Feeling like you're trying to get over the lip of the seat. And it slopes down really nice there for your legs. Yes, this does have the auto shifter up and down, and so does my RT. And I hardly ever use it on the RT, and I found so far I hardly ever use it on this. I'm just used to using the clutch, and I enjoy using the clutch. And every now and then I think about it and make myself do it, but for the most part, I just use the clutch. Now, those times when I have used it, it is very smooth, and it just clicks through, right? But there's up to 4th, up to 5th, up to 6th. Okay, so now I'll come down gears, 6th, 5th, 4th, 3rd. See, it's just does it, rev matches, and everything's great. Coming up, same thing. It's a little smoother than the RT. They've obviously done something to clean it up. I mean, the RT is okay, but it again kind of jerk between gears. This one's smoother. I said that I would mention some of the additional things I put on. Again, there's not that much, but there's the BMW Vario top case. Just needed some place to put rain gear and other things. Makes it convenient when you stop, and it does have backrest for those few times my wife will ride on it. Got the Sergeant seats. And I did put the smaller, more understated engine guards, because I do plan to do some fire trails and dirt roads. Auxiliary lights, Clearwater Darlas. And the HP version comes with a very small windscreen. I put the standard GS windscreen just to give me a little bit more wind protection. So I'm out on the bike at night. I've had it for not quite a week now. Been out on it several times. Had a chance to get a little more used to it. The more I get used to the TFT controls and menus, of course, the less I have to hunt around. So I'm finding that I enjoy the bike more now than I did the first day I got it. So very happy with it. It's a great bike. It's very comfortable. Everything I said earlier still applies. It's very nimble, very comfortable. It just feels really easy to handle. So yeah, very, very happy with it. I'm not sure how well this camera is going to work at night, but I wanted to give it a shot and see if I could give you a feel for the bike at night, the dash and the instrumentation, and obviously with all this oncoming traffic, I can't show you the bright lights. And when I turn on the brights, I've got the Darla auxiliary lights on it, and when I turn on the brights, I've got them set up to go to 80% brightness, which right now it's on 20 on normal riding lights. But when you turn the brights on, not only are the LED lights in the motorcycle reach way down the road and really good, but these Darlas on 80% laying low and out to the side really give you a nice view in front of the bike. If I get into a little bit darker section, I'll try it. I don't know how well it'll come out on this camera, but we'll give it a try. Getting up onto the 4-lane divided road. Again, it's so dark. I don't know how sensitive this camera is to light, so this may not be any good at all. But we'll try it and see. And if you see this, then you know it was okay, and if you don't, then it wasn't. Jump the headlights. And that's the bright lights. I want to leave them on with those cars right in front of me. Back on the normal lights. I'll slow down, let them get a little more distance. I think they're going to go around a curve up here. Okay, so that's the normal lights, and that's the brights. Cars coming, so back to normal. So hopefully you could see that. I think I'll just enjoy my ride out for a little bit. I'll talk to you later.